So this is an introduction to EncoreCS4. So when you bring it up, you'll notice that it asks for a new project or to open a project. So we'll click on New Project. You'll give the project a name, and it's very important that you pick where you're going to be saving it to first. So this is going to be Sample. I'm going to click on Browse. Make sure that I'm putting this on my T drive. So this DM4. This is going to be Make a New Folder. This will be Sample DVD. Click OK. Now you'll see that we have a couple different modes that we can choose. We can choose Blu-ray or we can choose DVD. We're going to probably choose DVD because that's what we're doing. We can go to the Advanced tab and you'll see that they have a couple different things, and this is really about setting up the defaults. Like our default automatic transcoding should be set to 8 megabytes per second, and then our audio will be set to Dolby Digital as our default for transcodes, which is fine. Those are actually probably the best settings. Click OK. And it banks a bunch of folders. Now I'm going to try and go to the document where this stuff is saved. And the reason why, or the folder where all this stuff is saved, because it's very important to realize that when you make an Encore project, it creates a bunch of folders. And all those folders will be in the folder that you specified before. Alright, so it finally brought it up. Here is my sample project, Encore, which is my Encore file. And then here's all the other files that go with it. This cache, sources, and everything else. And this will also fill up with some stuff such as transcodes as we do them. So looking at Encore, the different setup that you have here is you have your project window over here on the left. You'll see that you've got a couple different ways to view things that are in here, menus and timelines. You'll be able to see your menus and timelines actually in your project window as well. This is your timelines down here, your monitor, which right now we don't have anything to view. And then over here on your right, you'll be spending a lot of time with this properties panel, changing things such as links to different files and your end actions and things like that. So this is a really important thing, and you'll see that they have these nifty little pick whips, and you'll get to use these quite a lot in Encore. You've got your character settings, metadata, and then possibly something else up there. Maybe that's it for right now. On the bottom right, you have your library, which has menus that you already have in the system. And to use one of these, you can just drag them out, and you'll see that they can be used. We're not going to save this as something that's being used. I just wanted to throw it out there. I probably shouldn't do this, meaning drag it out, because it probably is creating files in that system, which I really don't need right now. But you'll see that there is a menu, and you can select the different items on the menu itself. And this brings us to these tools over on the top left. These tools will be very effective when you're in these menus for selections, direct selections. You've got the move tool, rotate, then you've got your text tool, you've got zoom tool, then you've got edit in Photoshop, and then preview buttons as well. Over on the bottom right, you also have some other things such as styles, layers, and resources. Now you can see this is basically the way that this particular Photoshop menu is set up. When you import your Photoshop documents, you'll be able to see these layers as well. Now there is kind of a cool tool called the flowchart tool that we'll look at later as well, which is kind of neat. Last thing is that you can switch between different layouts, which can help you kind of work with your DVD in different ways. Of course, the default is what we're on right now. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this, and we're going to begin by importing some footage and playing around with it here in Encore.